methods of growing my business. So cold calling, talking to expired listings, for sale by owners, calling the sphere of influence, talking to random strangers, asking if they know anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And it always just felt very uncomfortable to me. I mean, yes, you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone in business, but you also have to stay true to who you are, because people want to work with people that they know, like, and trust, right? And so more recently, I have been working on my social media. In case you guys haven't noticed, I've gotten more active in a lot of the platforms there. And I've just seen the power of what social media can do. It's very genuine to who I am. A lot of my generation is on social media, but everyone's on social media. And so I just wanted to share with you today a little bit about the growing power of social media, how you can implement it into your small businesses, and some tips and tricks so that you don't get overwhelmed, because believe it or not, social media is not a fad. It's here to stay. Businesses are about connecting with other people, right? And you need numbers. You need to talk to a certain number of people to turn it into a business transaction, right? Well, the people are on social media, and that's not going to change. So what social media is, the goal of it is to be social and connect with people, right? As business owners, we want to make relationships with people so that people want to come to us. They want to refer business to us. And we have those great connections so that we can be working together in a happy relationship. And I'm on a number of different, I've read books, I'm in coaching groups, I've signed up for memberships. I'm pretty passionate about social media because I really love it. So one of the memberships I'm in is a realtor out of Wisconsin, and her name's Chelsea Peterson. And how she views social media is like a cocktail party. So I wouldn't go into a cocktail party and say, "Hi Janine, I'm Jenny Friday Anderson with the Sold by Friday team. Would you like to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or do you want your friends or family that way?" Because then Janine would say, "I don't like that girl, get me as far away from her as I can. Please never talk to me again." What I would probably do is come up to Janine, be holding a glass of wine, and see that she's also holding a glass of red wine, and we would connect on the fact that we both love red wine, that maybe we love the song that's playing, different interests that we would talk about first. Then, eventually, maybe she would ask, "What do you do for work?" And I would say, "I'm a realtor." And then she'd ask, "Oh, how's the market going?" And I could tell her about the crazy spring market, interest rates, and all that. It would become more natural, and she would want to listen to me because she asked for that information. I'm not just shoving it down her throat right away. So whenever you're on social media, think of it like a cocktail party. Don't just shove things down people's throat. You need to provide value to people, because they want to work with you because they know, like, and trust you, not because you're shoving things down your throat. I think of it a lot like multi-level marketing, and I love multi-level marketing, so there's nothing wrong with it. You get those messages from maybe a Rodan field rep that you haven't seen since high school that messages you and is like, "I think you would be great at this business. I'd like to be on my team and buy all my products." And you're immediately like, "No, I don't want to do that. Like, stop talking to me. You could say hi, you know?" So just be very intentional about providing value in your social media. So the big platforms to pay attention to is anyone on all 7 of these platforms? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Instagram. Good job, realtors. All right, guys. If you're not, that's okay. Eventually you'll get there. Start with 1, maybe 2 that you really want to focus on that you can create business. I think Facebook is a great one for small businesses. My second favorite is personally Instagram. But for some of you, maybe LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitter are going to be more applicable to your business. So what all 7 of these have in common is they each have is that they each have their own niche. So Facebook is the social network. You're going to be talking to your grandparents, your friends from high school. You can connect with people right next door or across the globe. Twitter is the news network. So it's kind of where you go on and get a quick snippet of what's going on in the news. YouTube is the video network, so you go on, you watch lots of videos, tutorials on how to. I wish Randy or Jason with auto repair was here. Change your oil on YouTube. Don't do it. But YouTube is a great video network. LinkedIn is where the professionals go. So if you're looking for jobs, looking for someone to hire, it's a great place to network there, or if you want to talk networking, much like we would do in here, LinkedIn's the place to do it. Pinterest is the interest network, so if you want to remodel your house, maybe find a good recipe, plan a wedding, Pinterest is a good place to do it. Instagram is the visual network, so you're going to see lots of pretty photos with kind of microblog type captions. So all of these are different. Maybe you have one or two that are your favorite, but the one thing that they all have in common is they have billions of users on them. This is where the people are. So if you are not on social media yet, at all, hop on, start with Facebook, start small. And if you are, on your worksheet you'll see, you can write down which social media platforms you're on and which ones you're not, and then which ones you maybe want to set goals to work on improving over the next year. Branding. Branding is really important. It's not just your logo. Janine can help you tons with your branding. And she is the queen of that. So if you need help or advice with that, talk to her. On social media, your branding is about who you are as a person and who your business is with a personality. So whenever you're posting on social media, you always want to do one of three things: inspire, educate, or entertain. People don't go on to social media to hear about all the awards you've won. They don't go on social media to be sold. They go on because they're probably bored or lonely. And those three things will catch them and entertain them. Am I wrong? So this quote from Jenna Kutcher, she's a massive Instagram influencer. She's super famous on social media. As a brand, you're looking to build a relationship through serving every day so that when the time comes to sell, your audience is eager to take part in your offer. So you're providing value, and then it's time to sell. Not the other way around. You're not sell, oh, I'll add a little tip in there. You want to be so valuable that customers are flooding in your inbox. They see you are the professional in your industry, and I want to talk to you because you know what the heck you're talking about. Again, on your worksheet, you will see a section for the 5 categories of your brand. So this is just an easy way to kind of break down what to post about. So if you don't know what to post about, think about 5 different categories of your business or your personality that kind of make your brand who you are as a whole. So this is the Sold by Friday team's brand. We do local highlights, so if there's like an awesome brewery or restaurant, or like many of you have done the business highlight videos with us, we like to highlight those and share those with people because we are about building the community and sharing the community with those moving into it. Community events and service projects, so that's myself and Nick on our team working at Feed My Starving Children. We like to show how we're out there helping the community. So if you have an organization that you're really passionate about, or you're out volunteering for things, share that. People love to see it. And they want to see that you care about your community that you're living in. My dad and the men on our team are famous for terrible dad jokes. So we like to add some humor in there because people come on to be entertained, right? So it's freezing in here. He'll tell you to go stand in the corner, it's 90 degrees. Horrible jokes. Don't laugh at it. But everyone does, they can't help it. I'm the only one that rolls my eyes at him other than my mom. And then, of course, we talked about real estate. But you see, that's only one of 5 categories of our full brand here. And then finally, debt-free, yes please. We are endorsed local providers of Dave Ramsey, as most of you probably know by now. So we like to talk about that because we're passionate about it. Part of our mission is helping people obtain financial freedom through real estate. So think about it. Don't just decide right now quickly, but think about what makes you and your business and your brand unique. How can you inspire, educate, or entertain through your brand and provide value so much so that people are coming into your inbox? Consistency is key. So you can't just hop on Facebook once a month and post, hey, I'm a realtor, or hey, let's get you some super green solutions, or hey, come to my 5K. You need to be consistent on social media. So if you're currently not consistent on your posting, that's okay. Try and set a goal. Maybe you want to post 3 times a week just to start. your 5 categories, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Rotate them. So every Monday you talk about one category, every Tuesday you talk about the next. So you're rotating through different content, and it makes your planning much easier. So work on getting consistent with your posting and make sure that you're posting valuable content. The next one is consistent engagement. So you need to consistently be talking to the people at the cocktail party, not just blurting out things. You need to be engaging with them. So, Janet, I love your sweater today. Or, Corinne, looks like you had a fun time on your trip. Different things you can do to engage with people. Like, comment, share. Like an example for today, I won the tea from Jane, so I'm going to get a selfie with her after, and I'm going to tag her in it, so that I'm giving her a shout out for the thank you to giving me for winning the tea. So it's really simple ways of doing these things where you're engaging with these people that you're working with and giving them shout outs on social media so that you're connecting with other brands, you're getting into other people's audiences, and you're really making those relationships and connections happen. Power of the hashtag. Who uses hashtags? Good job. So I put up just like a few local hashtag ideas. Hashtags are super important because these social media platforms are also used as search engines. So if you go on YouTube and you want to learn how to change your oil, then maybe you would look up how to change your oil, you know? And these keywords that you're searching on these different platforms are found through hashtags. So these are just a few, some local ideas of what you could do. If you were an Elk River Realtor, you could put hashtag Elk River Realtor. These are really specific micro hashtags to Elk River. If you want to reach an even larger audience, maybe you want to say I'm a Minneapolis lender or something more broad. You want to make sure that you're getting a range of micro hashtags, so right in the area you're looking in, to a little bit more broad, but not too broad that you're saying like Monday motivation, because there's millions of people hashtagging Monday motivation. So nobody's going to find you and your business because you hashtag Monday motivation. Not to say that you shouldn't use that, you can, but you want a range of really micro hashtags to the larger scale ones. Hashtags, I would say, probably most important on the Instagram platform, and you can use up to 30. So it's pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much free marketing for your posts by adding those hashtags. So if you're posting on Instagram for your business and you're not using hashtags, you're missing a huge audience. And if you're looking at your insights on your business page on Instagram, which if you need help with that, I can help you. You set it up as a business account and you can look at your insights, and I can look at the posts and see that I am getting new followers and new people looking at my account because of my hashtags. So therefore, bringing people into my brand to see my content, to connect and convert to leads that will eventually buy or sell, hopefully, with me. Yes, that's all I have on
Can I
hashtags.
ask a really dumb question?
Please do.
I see hashtags all the time. What is it? I mean, I know that sounds really stupid.
No, it's not. So it's, like I said, these platforms are used as search engines, right? So maybe I want to go, like for example, when I was in Costa Rica, I hashtag Costa Rica Guanacaste because that's where I was, the area I was staying in. So then I can see other people in that area. I can get ideas on like what the beaches are looking like, what restaurants I want to go to, different things like that. So you, the algorithms on these social media platforms help pair what someone is searching for to that hashtag. And that's probably not the most technical definition of what a hashtag is. That is the purpose of them though. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like,
I think of them as a magnet. It's drawing people into it.
That's a good way to put it.
or like a big flag waving whatever it is you're talking about, and then the next person wants to search that, all of a sudden your flag shows up.
Yeah.
Is this on Instagram or is it another?
It's on
All
every
platforms.
platform you can do it. And each platform, without getting into it, has a little bit different algorithm. So I'm not going to touch that today because I could go really deep into that. But you want to make sure that you're using them appropriately. So on Facebook, it can look a little bit more spammy to have 30 hashtags right with your post. But maybe you want to like add some enters so it's kind of hidden down at the bottom and people can still find you. On Instagram, I comment on my own posts, my hashtags, so they're hidden. So like it's not blah in your face, but they're still there and I'm using them. And then another just kind of pro tip I use for these, if you have hashtags that you use commonly, come up with a list. So like 4 or 5 categories, what are hashtags that apply to each list? So you want it to apply to that. And then keep it in your notes in your phone so you can just copy and paste. So come up with 30 that apply to maybe real estate, come up with 30 that apply to community, come up with 30 that apply to your favorite hobby. Go ahead, Craig.
So I know we've talked about like making a professional page and a personal page, and I haven't done that quite yet. I have both, but I still do it more on my personal. But even like if I have like a private page versus Instagram or Facebook, when I do those hashtags, will it still catch other people or no, since it's private?
You're not going to be able to have people get onto your page.
Okay,
I would,
change each of your posts and make it public
okay, but
on
like,
your personal page.
Yeah.
You can
if
say,
you're using
make it
social
public.
media for the goal of business and getting leads, you should not be a private account.
okay,
If you're just doing it because you want your own private account, that's more than fine. Keep your own private account, but you're not going to probably convert leads from a private account.
okay.
Because when I hashtag Minneapolis Realtor, then somebody goes on and is looking for Minneapolis Realtors, then they can find me through there. And then they can look at my page and be like, oh, I kind of like her, she's fun. Sorry, that sounded really confusing.
Hashtag truth.
Thanks, Jules.
You're fine.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's so fetch. But like maybe I want to find, I'm new in the area and I want to find an Elk River hairstylist. And I I type that in and look at tags under Instagram, I could find you because you're posting those things in there. And again, maybe use some like Elk River, Ramsey, Anoka, and then go bigger and say like Minneapolis, Minnesota, Twin Cities. Those are some of the broader ones, or like Anoka County is one I use a lot.
And I think on Instagram too, when you're plugging in a hashtag, if you're trying to do a micro or you're trying to see how many, it'll actually show you how many
Yes, that's a
people
good
have
point.
posted, you know, so you can see if it's something that gets hit a lot or if it's something that's smaller.
Yep.
So then, maybe Brittany, this is what you're confused on. When you're using these hashtags, I use them. How is the person on the other end, like you said, oh, when I go and search something, so if you went in and searched Elk River, you're just doing that in the search, like in Instagram?
Yep, like if I were to
And then it
search
will
for
just
an
bring
account,
up
I would
all
search
the
for a
businesses.
hashtag just the same. That makes sense? We can dive into a lot of these, so I'm gonna keep going. Every post that you post, you wanna make sure to have a call to action. So you don't wanna just post and then leave people hanging with not knowing what to do. So some of these could be like on Instagram, you could say double tap if you like coffee on Mondays, something like that. That's a really bad example because it's not valuable at all. But you can say tag a friend, you can say comment if, you can ask for recommendations. Talk about the coronavirus and your engagement's gonna skyrocket. So there's a simple one. Say where's the best place to buy toilet paper, and you're gonna have 50 friends giving you answers. So make sure you're giving them a place to go. Another one that's really good is a link to a freebie. So right now, I have a freebie for my home seller boot camp. So link in bio on Instagram, on Facebook, I link it directly. The power of video. Which one's catching your eye? This should be an easy answer. And I picked this one because if you haven't seen my waterfall video, go watch it, it's hilarious.
It's amazing.
Farm fail, yes.
I don't know.
Hashtag.
You know
I've
what
talked to you
did.
guys about the power of video before. Please, 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 if you're not using it, start using it. Even if you're gonna fail like I did on my last live video, do it, because you have to start somewhere. You have to fail. People want to watch videos, and it's becoming more and more prevalent on the algorithms. Your posts are going to be higher up in the rankings. Not everyone's seeing your posts if you're only posting words. Next level is if you're only posting pictures, and even increase it even further, get some videos going.
A GIF doesn't count as a video either.
Correct.
Is there a length of video you recommend? Less than a minute?
Okay, so that depends on the platform. So YouTube videos, I would say a little bit longer, because they're typically more of like an educational how-to, show some tips and show that you're the expert. On Instagram, if you wanna just do a regular Instagram post, it has to be under a minute. If you wanna do an Instagram TV post, you can do longer. And then on Facebook, it depends, but when you're typing it, or when you're adding it in, it usually gives you the tips and the best practices right there. So it usually says 3 minutes or longer is gonna get the most engagement. So just follow those tips and tricks there, and it is gonna be different per platform, so just keep that in mind. Yes?
I noticed you didn't have TikTok, like on the.
Oh, yeah.
Is it real there too?
Oh, it's too,
Yeah.
too much.
TikTok is a big thing. I don't know, I can't say if it's gonna be a passing fad or if it's gonna stick. People are on it, so if you wanna be on it, go ahead. If you don't know what TikTok is, it's kinda like a short little video clips of like dancing, humor. If you ever had Vine, it's very similar. I would say it's a very easy time suck, TikTok. So if you're gonna do it, be very intentional about how you're doing it, so you're not just, cause it's something that you go on and it'll just start playing video after video. You don't have to scroll, you don't have to do anything, you just have to look at your phone. And it'll keep going, and they're short enough and engaging enough that it'll addict you. So if you're gonna do it, be intentional about it, set a time to do it, and making the videos is gonna be, I don't know, it depends on who your ideal client is and who you're trying to attract. Mine is probably not on TikTok because they're like mostly high schoolers. There's some older generation.
41% on TikTok is all teenagers.
Yeah. So here are some of my favorite social media life hacks that have just made my life so much easier that I want to share with you guys so that you cannot be overwhelmed. The first one is batching your content. So what does that mean? That means sitting down on the first of the month and maybe just planning your content out for the month. Or maybe it's once a week. If you aren't sure, you don't want to commit to that long of a time. But setting a time, maybe it's a couple hours to work on your social media content. Facebook.com/Creator Studio is my favorite tool ever. I just learned about it. You can manage and schedule your posts for Facebook and for Instagram. So you can have them all timed out and planned and ready to go on the Facebook Creator Studio. So have a plan at the beginning of the month, what kind of marketing content you want to do on social media, which platforms, set your goals with your analytics at the beginning of the month and the end of the month, so that you know, okay, did this content appeal to my audience? Facebook friends list. So you can go on Facebook, and on the far left, towards the bottom, there's a button that says friends list. Life hack, group your friends. So maybe you want to group like other realtors in the area, or I have a group for influencers. So people that I believe are influential in my community, I group them into this group, and then I save time engaging on their posts by going into the influencers groups and engaging on their posts because they're the only ones that are going to show up there. So you can make them different groups per different audiences that you want to hit. So maybe it's like, I want to hit first-time homebuyers. I hit a bunch of people who I know are renting. I put them in that group, and then I start commenting and engaging on their stuff, so I become higher on their algorithm, and then they're seeing my valuable tips and tricks on how to be a first-time homebuyer. Different examples like that. Time block. Set time aside, because social media can be a time suck. I kind of just talked about this with TikTok. Use the Facebook friends list. Use the time, set like 20 minutes a day I'm going to engage with people on social media, and I'm going to be very intentional about it. I'm not going to just like browse through here and there all day long because you can waste your entire day. Canva is one of my favorite tools. I made